Hello everyone. In this video, let's discuss how to write a program to find binary tree post-order traversal. Given the root of a binary tree, return the post-order traversal of its nodes values. According to the post-order traversal, first we have to visit the left subtree, then right subtree, then I have to go for the root. Okay. Let's go for the example. So here they have given a binary tree that is 1, and the right side of 1 is 2, and the left side of 2 is 3. So first what should I do? I have to visit the left subtree. My left subtree is null. So I have to go to the right subtree. So the right subtree value is 2. So when I am standing on this node, first I have to visit the left subtree. Okay. So I am standing on 3. My left subtree is null. My right subtree is also null. So I will go for the root. So 3 will be printed. So first value is 3. Then I will go back. Now when I am standing on this subtree, left subtree got over. Right subtree is null. So print the data 2. Done. Now go back. So when I go for this subtree, left subtree over, right subtree also over, print the root 1. So the output is 3 to 1. Let's go for the second example. Let's discuss the second example in detail. So according to the program, we don't want to print the value. Instead of printing the value, I have to store all the values in a list integer and I have to return the list integer. That is what they have given in the program. Let's discuss the logic in detail. Okay. So let's take the method. Okay. So here they have given the method as public. I have to return the list value, right? So list integer they have represented. Okay. And the method name they have given is post-order traversal. So here they have passed value 1 argument, that is root alone they have passed. Okay. Fine. Here what I am going to do is, I am going to call one more method called post-order traversal, where the method is not going to return me anything. Okay. Before which I am going to declare one list integer because I am going to store the values. So I will take a list of type integer and I am going to give the name as temp equal to new list of integer. Fine. Next I am going to call a method called post-order traversal. Just a method name given to post-order traversal. Here I am going to pass two arguments, that is root and the temp. Two things I am going to point out. Finally, I am going to return the list from this particular method. The list name is temp. So here I have called a method. So let's define that particular method. I have called a method, right? So let's define the method. So here public, this method is not going to return me anything. So I'll give the output as void post order done. So I'll give root, tree node, root, and the list is temp. So according to post order traversal, okay, first we have to visit the left subtree, then I have to visit the right subtree, and then I have to go for the root. So here, what if my tree is empty? So for that I have to check the condition. If root is equal to null, what I have to do? I don't want to do anything. Just come out of that particular method. I'll just give return. I have the return type as void, right? So I don't want to return anything. Just come out of that particular method. What if root is not equal to null? If root is not equal to null, I am standing on a particular subtree. In the subtree, first I have to visit the left subtree. So I am going to call a recursive call. Okay, root dot left and temp because we have to store the values. After calling left subtree, then I have to go for the right subtree. Post order root dot right. Then I'll give temp. So left also over, right also over. Then where should I go? I have to go for the root, which means I have to take the value of the root and I have to insert inside my list. So I'll give temp dot add root dot val. That's it. The program execution got over. Now let's try to trace the code step by step so that you can understand it very clearly. Okay. So here I am going to call a method called post order traversal root. So the root value is 100. Currently I am standing on the node called 100. Okay. So I am calling a method called post order. I am going to give 100 comma temp. Okay. Because I am passing two arguments. One is root, another one is the list also I am going to pass. Fine. So root and temp I am passing. So method will be called. Now I am standing on this method. Root value is 100. Temp. Check whether root is equal to null. No, root is not equal to null. If root is not equal to null, what should I do? I have to call the left subtree of this particular subtree. So the left is 200. I am going to call a method called post order 200 comma temp. Okay. post order 200 comma temp, which means I am calling a method called post order where the root is 200. Again the recursion has been called. Check whether root is equal to null. No, root is not equal to null. So what should I do? I have to go for the left subtree. That is, the left subtree is 400. Left subtree is 400. That is post order 400 comma temp. So now I am standing on the node called 400. So check whether root is equal to null. No, root is not equal to null. So what should I do? I have to go to the left recursive call first. So now post order, the method has been called. It is 400. So the left subtree of 400 is null. So post order null comma temp. So left subtree is null. Check whether the root is equal to null. Yes, the root is equal to null because left subtree is null. If the left subtree is null, just return from that particular method. So I'll come out of this particular method. So when I'm coming out of this method, now I'll be standing on the node called 400. When I'm standing on the node called 400, in this method the root value is 400. Left subtree got over. When the left subtree is got over, where should I go next? I have to go to the right subtree. What is my right subtree value? Null. So post order null comma temp. So I'll be calling a method called post order null. So check whether the root is equal to null. Yes, root is equal to null. If root is equal to null, I have to come out of this particular method. I have to come out of this particular method. Now I'm standing on the node called post order where the root value is 400. So here left subtree got over because I have highlighted in green color. Right subtree also got over. I have highlighted in green color. Now I have to take the value and I have to store it in the list. So what is the value? 4. So I'll take a list. The name of the list is temp. Now 4 will be taken, that will be stored in the list. After that, what I have to do? I have to come out of the method called post order 400. I'll come out of this method called post order 400. Where will I go? I'll go back to the place where I have called post order 200. In the post order 200, left subtree got over. So if the left subtree is got over, next where should I go? I have to go to the right subtree. So for the node post order 200, right subtree is 500. I'll go to the place called post order 500 comma temp. So I'll go to the node called 500 because in this node left subtree got over. Now I have to go to the right subtree 500. Now currently I am standing on the node called 500. So here check whether root is equal to null. No, root is not equal to null. If root is not equal to null, I have to go to the left subtree. What is my left subtree? 700. I'll go to the node called 700. A method will be called post order 700 comma temp. Now I am standing on the node called 700. Check whether the root is equal to null. No, I have to go for the left subtree first. So the left subtree is null. So I'll call a method post order null comma temp. So here, if root is equal to null, check whether my root is equal to null. Yes, my root is equal to null. If root is equal to null, I don't want to do anything. Just come out of that particular method. If root is equal to return says that I'll come out of the method. So the method post order where the root value is null, I'll come out of that particular method. After coming out of that method, what should I do? I have to go to the right subtree. My right subtree value is null. Again, I'll call a method post order where the root value will be null because this time we are calling the right subtree. Root is also null. If root is null, what should I do? I have to come out of the method. I'll come out of the method. So root is over. Now what I have to do? I have to go back to the previous node. When I am standing on the node post order 700, left subtree got over, right subtree also got over. Now what I have to do? I have to go to the data part. That is, value should be taken, that should be added in the list. So the value of 700 is 6, that will be stored in the list. After that, I have to come out of the method post order 700. I'll come out of the method post order 700. I'll go back to the place post order 500. In this left subtree got over. So once the left subtree got over, next where should I go? I have to go to the right subtree of the node 500. So right subtree is 800. So I'll give post order 800 comma temp. So I'll go to the node called 800 now. Fine. So when I am standing on the node post order 800, first I have to go to the left subtree. What is the left subtree? Post order. Left subtree of 800 is null. Null comma temp. So here I am standing on the node called null. Check whether the condition is true. Yes, root is equal to null. If root is equal to null, what should I do? I have to come out of that particular method. So I'll come out of this particular method. So I'll come out of this. Now for the node 800, left subtree got over. Now where should I go? Right subtree. So I'll call a method Postorder null comma temp. So when I check this, right subtree is also null. So I'll come out of this particular method. I'll not do anything. So when I'm standing on the node 800, left subtree also over. This recursive call. Right subtree also over. This recursive call. Now I have to add the value inside the temp. So the value is 7. 7 will be added inside the temp. Done. Now what I have to do? I have to come out of the method Postorder 800. Postorder 800. I'll go back to the place where I have called this particular method. So when I am standing on the node 500, left subtree got over, right subtree also got over. Now the value 5 will be taken, that will be added inside my list. Done. So this method got over. Now I'll come out of the method Postorder 500. I'll go back to the place where I have called this particular node. So here, when I am standing on the node Postorder 200, left subtree got over, right subtree also got over. Now I have to go back to the place. I have to take the value that should be added inside my list. 2 will be added here. Now Postorder 200 over. Now go back to the place Postorder 100. In this left subtree got over. I have to go to the right subtree. So the right subtree address is 300. So I'll go here. I'll store the value called Postorder 300. So Postorder 300 comma temp. Done. So here first where should I go? I have to go to the left subtree. My left subtree is null. So I'll call a method called Postorder where my argument value will be null comma temp. So when I am calling this method Postorder 300 null comma temp, check whether the root is equal to null. Yes, my root is equal to null. In this subtree, root is null because left subtree is null. I'll come out of the method. It will not return anything. So here left subtree got over. If the left subtree is got over, next where should I go? I have to go to the right subtree. That is 600. I have to go to 600. Call a method Postorder 600 comma temp. So I am standing on this node. First where should I go? I have to go to the left subtree. My left subtree is 900. Postorder 900 comma temp. Okay. Now I am going to the node called 900. Done. Now check the condition. Postorder 900. So first I have to go to the left recursive call. My left recursive call is null. Postorder null comma temp. So the left subtree is null. So I will not do anything. I will just come out of the method. So when I am standing on the node 900, left subtree over, I will go for the right subtree. So the right subtree is Postorder null comma temp. Here root is equal to null. Condition becomes true. So I will come out of this particular method. I will go back to the place of Postorder 900. So here left recursive call over, right recursive call also got over. I have to print the value. Value is 9. That should be added inside my temp. Then I will go back to the place where I have called this particular node. So that is I am standing on the Postorder 600. Left subtree over. I have to go to the right subtree. My right subtree value is null. So I will call a method Postorder null comma temp. So here I will go for the node null. This means condition becomes true. If root is equal to null, yes, condition becomes true. I will come out of this method. I will go back to the place where I have called this method. Now when I stand on Postorder 600, left subtree also over, right subtree also over. I have to take the value that should be added inside my list. Got it? Now Postorder 600 got over. Now I will go back to the place Postorder 300. Here I have called the left recursive call over, right recursive call also over. Now I have to take the value 3 and that should be added inside my list. So this method is also got over. I will go back to the place where I have called the method 300. So I will return to this place, left subtree over, right subtree also over. I will take the value 1 that will be added inside the list. After this, I will go back to the place where I have called. So Postorder 100 has been called by this place. So I will come back to this place. After that, I am returning the temp. So temp is containing the value called 467529831. This will be returned as my output value. So let's check. 467529831. Yes, it's over. Now let's try to implement it as a program. So here first what I have to do, I have to take a list. I am going to store only integer value. I am going to give the list name as temp. So initialize the list. So list. Okay. Now I am going to call a method called Postorder where I am going to pass two arguments. That is root and the temp. That's it. Return the temp. So here I have called a method called Postorder. Let's define the particular method. public void post order. Here I have to pass two arguments. One is root, another one is the list. Okay. So first I have to check whether my root is equal to null. If root is equal to null, I have to return. I don't want to do anything. If it is not equal to null, first I have to go to the left subtree. So root dot left comma temp. Then I have to go to the right subtree. Root dot right comma temp. Finally, I have to add the value inside the list. So temp dot add value. Got it. That's all. Let's run the code now. Okay. There is an error called val. Okay, so val, there is root's value. That's why I have got an error called. Here cannot find the symbol. Let's run the code now. Okay. List integer, temp is equal to new list integer. There is an error in the declaration part. Say, okay, this is not list, it should be linked list. Okay, let's run the code once again. Yeah, it passes the test cases. Let's submit the code. As it passes all the test cases. That's all.